Hi, I'm John from Just Whisky. And if you like today's show, which I know you're gonna, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And thanks so much for the Patreons that I do have that help support this channel. This is going to be a doozy of a show. So buckle in, folks. You're in for a nice ride. We're going to be talking about and reviewing possibly the distillery of the year and the distillery of the future, albeit the elephant in the room, Springbank. Bruichladdich has been winning many accolades, and deservedly so. They distill, mature, and bottle on site. I believe everything they do is 50% ABV or higher, non-chill filtered, no coloring added. But today we're going to be talking about the Bruichladdich Bere Barley 2012, which it is a 10-year age-stated release. Okay. Matured solely in first fill ex-bourbon. This is what my journey has led me to, because this is whiskey. This is a excellent whiskey right here. This is what whiskey is. All right. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of reading off the can here. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into it. Yeah. Let me just start off by reading the can. All right. Just get that out of the way. Not that we're getting that out of the way, but it's going to give you a wealth of information. All right. So Bruichladdich does a Bere Barley series. Okay. And they've done it for a few short years now. And I also have the Bere Barley 2010, okay, which I will be reviewing and comparing at some point. All right, but this is some cool stuff. All right. Bere Barley is Britain's oldest strain of cultivated cereal and would have been used by Scotland's early distillers throughout distant centuries. However, in the 20th century, an emphasis on efficiency and commercial return encouraged the pursuit of yield over flavor, favoring varieties that would produce the easiest crop and greatest extract, right? Always champions of flavor, we've been working with the University of the Highlands and Islands Agronomy Institute since 2005 to reintroduce Bere Barley to distilling of single malt whiskey. Beer is a hardy grain, adapted to poor soil conditions and to a short growing season. In early trials, it proved resilient to milling and mashing. It took time and patience to understand how to get the best from this enigmatic barley. We're not going to do any editing on this. Okay, so it's sown in April for a September harvest. The 2011 growing season was mostly warm and dry until the crucial cutting time, when there were few days free from rain. This 2012 vintage was matured over 10 patient years in first fill ex-bourbon casks. This understated maturation delicately balances an unctuous texture and malty sweet fruit flavor. The result is a whiskey created with the utmost respect from grain to glass. Okay, so sorry for my stuttering and whatever. So Bere Barley is not easy to work with, and it does cost more money, and it's sown from local farmers. I'm guessing it says on here Orkney and it lists the farms, so I don't think any of this is Isla. Okay, and so the retail price on this in my area is about $110. Okay, which is almost twice what the Classic Laddie is. The Classic Laddie retails for around $60. Okay, so this is $110. Now you compare this to Kilchoman, 100% Isla, okay, which I believe they're on the 12th edition right now, and I believe their cash strength. Those retail for between $115 and $120, and those are non-age dated, although you can figure out what the ages are on them. But most of them are under 10 years old. Okay, so comparing apples and oranges, and this is non-peated, and Kilchoman's 100% Isla is about 20 ppm, very lightly peated on that release. Other Kilchomans are much more heavily peated. I have not had a Kilchoman 100% Isla barley, but hopefully someday soon I will get to at least sample it and make a decision from there. All right, we've done quite a bit of talking. I think I've gotten most of the specs out of the way. This is an impressive. Again, if you want to get to what whiskey is, okay, this is it. Okay, there's no sherry in here. There's no peat in here. It's first fill ex-bourbon 10-year-old. Okay, so, and you're also asking yourself, why is this bottle of port sitting here? We're going to get that at the end also. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Bruichladdich 2012 Bere Barley, 10-year-old. On the nose. There's a lot going on here. Of course, you get the vanilla. Berry fruits. The fruits are just exploding off of here. The slight candy cigarette. Spearmint. It's a bit sharp, but not hot by any means. It's got an exciting nose, actually. Maybe a little bit of that barnyard funk, which really is, I can only imagine. To me, this smells and tastes like you're picking fresh barley and putting it in your mouth and just biting and chewing on it. To me, this is what this represents. If I haven't said vanilla, a little bit of vanilla in there. But yeah, you can imagine the freshly picked barley. All right. Palate. There's so much going on here. Where do I begin? Great mouthfeel. Great ABV. Nice viscosity. I'm getting peanut butter. Okay, this is the first time ever that I've ever tasted anything where I'm getting peanut butter. Orange creamsicle. Ginger. Lemon. The finish is medium to medium plus, okay, with a chalkiness to it. It's got a vibrancy to it. The oak spices are very well integrated. There's no over pepperiness to this. There's no over spiciness to this. Wow. if you're looking for a true representation, in my opinion, of Scotch in its essence, that really showcases the beer barley, this is where you want to go. Score-wise, I've got to give it an 89, maybe even a 90. It's that good. If that's what you're looking for, without any distractions, this is like the real deal. How does it compare to the classic laddie? It's in the same family, obviously, but this has so much more maturity. The quality is, you're paying almost twice for the classic laddie, and you get what you pay for. I really enjoy the classic laddie, but this is an elevated step above that. So yeah, in my opinion, for my enjoyment and my appreciation of what went into this, an 89 to a 90. 88, why do I keep saying that? 89 to a 90, okay? Somewhere in that range. Now, you're asking, what is this Porto Ruby doing here, okay? I am going to be starting a series on different Portuguese and Spanish fortified wines, okay? By no means am I not only am I not an expert, I am barely knowledgeable on wines, okay? But I have a collection, recently acquired collection of fortified wines, port, Manzanilla. We're gonna go through them, and I'm going to be reviewing each wine as best I can, but to put it in perspective of how many Scotch cask finishes or even maturations are done in many of these wines. So I'm gonna explore those, to try to put it into some sort of perspective, and so that you as the viewer can relate to really what's in the cask before the Scotch distillate goes into it. And so I'm not reviewing this right now, but I am going to review it, okay? But this bottle here is a Porto Ruby. It's 20% ABV. It's syrupy sweet, okay? And it says, since 1620, the oldest port wine family, crafted by hand, okay? And I was very pleasantly surprised by this. It is syrupy sweet, okay? And first time ever, folks, on camera, all right? Just going to pour a drop into here, into the beer barley. And I'm going to try this with some Irish. When I review this fairly soon, I'm going to be putting a drop into some Irish, probably some classic laddie, and some other like ex-bourbon offerings to see what we're going to come up with. But I tried this last night, and I was very surprised at how good the experiment went. So yeah, just a couple of drops of very sweet ruby port into the Bruichladdich barley. Just a quick little... it definitely has a dramatic effect on it, probably in a good way. Wow. It really adds a nice element to it, as long as it's not too much. I recently reviewed for my Patreons only. I do exclusive Patreon reviews, and one of them was the Kilkerran 8-year-old port, and it was absolutely delicious. And I can see and relate to where that comes from. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to share with you in between some Scotch reviews. We're going to be doing this port. We're going to be doing this Oloroso. Okay, then we're going to be doing a cream Almeida. Okay, and we're going to be doing a Manzanilla. Okay, these are all fortified wines. We're going to be doing a Madeira. Okay, and these are going to be spread out over the next year. We're going to be doing a Marsala. Okay, and we're going to be doing an Amontillado medium sherry. Okay, and I'm really looking forward to really exploring and finding out what's behind all these casks, these cask maturations that we've all are enjoying for many, many years. So anyway, I don't want to get too long-winded here. I probably gone a little too over than I wanted to, but yeah, coming soon, we're going to be reviewing the Beer Barley 2010, which is an 8-year-old, okay, and we're going to be comparing it to the 2012. And I won't tell you which one I like better, but I will tell you that they are very different, okay? So if you like today's show, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. Hats off to you all, folks, and happy Easter.